Sun, Moon and Stars. The sun, moon and stars have always amazed us. Have you ever thought about where we get heat and light from? Why do stars twinkle at night? Why does the moon changes its shape? And where do the stars and moon go during the day? The stars, the planets, the moon and many other objects in the sky are called celestial objects or heavenly bodies. The heavenly bodies form part of the vast universe. In this chapter, we will learn about different celestial bodies and find the answers to our questions. The sun. The sun is a big ball of hot, burning gases. It is the closest star to the earth and the brightest object in the sky. The sun provides heat and light to all planets, including Earth. The temperature of the sun's surface is about 5400 degrees Celsius. The heat and light from the sun helps plants grow, keeps us warm, and provides energy for various activities. The energy we receive from the sun's rays in the form of heat and light is called solar energy. The Earth is at the perfect distance from the sun, about 150 million kilometers away, which allows life to exist. Even the moon gets its light from the sun. Without the sun, Earth would be dark, frozen, and unable to support life. Do you know, the size of sun is so big that around 1.3 million Earths can fit inside it. The solar system. The solar system consists of the sun, 8 planets, their moons and other celestial objects. The sun is at the center of the solar system and provides heat and light to all the planets. Planets are large round objects that move around the sun in fixed paths called orbits. They do not have their own light. They reflect sunlight, which makes them shine. However, unlike stars, they do not twinkle. The 8 planets in increasing order of distance from the sun are Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune. Inner planets made of rocks, closest to the sun. Mercury, smallest and closest planet to the sun. Venus, brightest and hottest planet, also known as morning star or evening star. Earth, blue planet, the only planet where life exists. Mars, known as the red planet. Outer planets, made of gases, far from sun. Jupiter, largest planet. Saturn, second largest planet, known for its beautiful rings. Uranus, coldest planet. Neptune, farthest planet from the sun. Do you know, all planets move around the sun from west to east, except for Venus and Uranus, which rotate from east to west. The moon. Moon is the natural satellite of the Earth. A satellite is an object that revolves around another object in a fixed orbit. The moon is about 384,400 kilometers away from the Earth. The moon can be seen easily with the naked eye, and a telescope helps to view surface features more clearly. Important points regarding the moon. It does not have its own light. It shines because it reflects the sun's light, which we see as moonlight. There is no air or water, so life does not exist on the moon. The moon's surface has large pits. These pits are craters or potholes. It takes about 27.3 days to complete one revolution around the Earth. As the Earth is moving around the sun, at the same time, it takes the moon about 29 days to go through its 8 different phases, a lunar month. There is no gravity on the moon. That is why the weight of an object on the moon is 1/6 of the object's weight on the Earth. Do you know, a telescope is an instrument that helps us see faraway objects like stars, the moon, and planets. Phases of the moon. The shape of the moon appears to change every night as it moves around the Earth. These changes are called phases of the moon. This happens because it reflects the light of the sun. From the Earth, we can only see the part of the moon that is lit by the sun. As the moon moves around the Earth, the part that is lit up and faces the Earth also changes. Do you know? Nehru Planetarium, Delhi, is a place where we can see planets and maximum Astronomical activities using telescope. New moon. The moon is not visible. Crescent moon. A small part of the moon is visible. Half moon. Half of the moon is visible. Full moon. The full moon is visible and bright. For the first 14 days when the moon's size increases, it is called the waxing phase. For the next 14 days, when the size decreases, it is called waning phase. Stars. When you look up at a clear night sky, you can see twinkling dots of light. Some of these dots appear bright while others appear dim. These twinkling dots of light are stars. Stars are big balls of hot gases that shine with their own light. Since stars are very far from us, they appear as tiny dots in the sky. The sun is also a star. It is the closest star to Earth, so it appears very bright and big. Some stars are even bigger than the sun, but they appear smaller because they are very far from the Earth. Stars shine all the time, both day and night. We cannot see them during the day because the sunlight is too bright. When the sun sets, we can see stars twinkling in the night sky. Constellations. A constellation is a group of stars that form a recognizable pattern or shape in the sky. We can imagine lines connecting the stars to see these shapes. There are about 88 constellations in the sky. Ancient people named constellations after mythological figures, animals or objects from stories. Some well-known constellations are Orion, Hunter, Leo, Lion, Scorpius, Scorpio, Ursa Minor, Little Bear, and Ursa Major, Great Bear are some constellations that can be seen in the sky. A big dipper, also known in India as the Saptarishi Mandal, means group of 7 saints, is part of the Ursa Major constellation. It is made up of 7 bright stars that form the shape of a big spoon or dipper. The 2 stars at the end of the spoon's bowl point toward the North Star Dhruvatara, which helps us find the north direction at the night. Why do constellations seem to move across the sky? Constellations look like they move across the sky because the Earth rotates on its axis from west to east like a spinning top. Since we live on the Earth, we also move with it. This rotation makes the stars and constellations seem to move from east to west, even though their positions do not really change in the sky. Space. Space is a huge area that lies beyond the Earth's atmosphere. It is home to the sun, moon, stars, planets and constellations. Astronauts travel into space in special vehicles called spacecrafts. Since there is no air in space, they carry oxygen cylinders to breathe. They also wear special suits to protect themselves from harmful rays and extreme temperatures in space. Gravitational pull. When we throw a ball up in the air, it comes down to the Earth because the Earth attracts every object towards itself with a force called gravity or gravitational pull. The Earth pulls the atmosphere towards it due to gravity. The Earth's gravity keeps us and everything else from floating away. Because of gravity, things fall down instead of floating in the air. Humans in space. In 1961, Yuri Gagarin, a Russian astronaut, became the first person to travel to space. He completed one orbit around the Earth in 1 hour and 48 minutes. In 1969, Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin landed on the moon. Neil Armstrong became the first person to walk on the moon. They traveled in the spacecraft named Apollo 11. In 1984, Rakesh Sharma became the first Indian to travel to space. However, he did not land on the moon. In 1997, Kalpana Chawla became the first Indian-born woman and the second person of Indian origin to travel in space. In 2006, Sunita Williams became the second Indian woman to go into space. She stayed in space for 195 days during her first mission from 2006 to 2007. Do you know? On October 22, 2008, Chandrayaan-1 became India's first successful lunar mission, but it lost contact before completing all its work. On July 22, 2019, Chandrayaan-2 was sent to the moon, but its lander could not land properly. On July 14, 2023, Chandrayaan-3 was launched. It successfully landed near the moon's south pole. Keywords: planets, large round objects that move around the sun in a fixed path. Satellite, a small object that moves around another larger object. Telescope, an instrument used to see faraway objects. Constellation, a group of stars forming a recognizable pattern. Astronaut, a person who travels into space. Let's recall. Sun, Moon and stars. Sun, solar system, moon. Stars, space, inner planet, outer planet. Features of moon, phases of moon, changes in shape of moon. Constellations, group of stars. Gravitational pull, man in space.